Hello everyone, welcome. Today we shall be discussing the fourth Chess Olympiad that took place in the city of Prague in Czechoslovakia in the year 1931. 19 teams participated with a total of 93 players. The players list was pretty impressive too. There was Alexander Alekhine, who played on the top board for France as usual, and then there was Grunfeld, Flor, Marshall, Cashman, just to mention a few names. Aaron Nimzowitsch, Capablanca, and Irv were missing from this tournament, but it used to happen those days because of the political tension, the war, the health reasons. We don't know why, but they were missing. Poland were considered favorites at this Olympiad with a very strong lineup. And yes, Akiba Rubinstein did play for Poland in this very team. But one thing to be noted is he was having some mental health issues at this point of time, which had already progressed to an extent where it did affect his game and his performance in this tournament. But because of the very strong lineup, they still ended up in the top three. USA won the title for the first time ever. Poland won silver and Czechoslovakia won bronze. No player avoided a loss. There was no draw in this tournament, and this is the only such case in the history of the Olympiads. 6 players shared the unofficial best percentage prize, scoring 75%. This is the lowest best percentage performance in the history, which is understandable since no one settled for draws. This is a photograph of the Olympic medal. Prior to this, they were awarded trophies. Let's have a look at an interesting game between Mir Sultan Khan, who's playing the white pieces, and Madison, who's playing the black pieces. So the game began d4, knight f6, knight f3, e6, e3. So we see that Mir Sultan Khan is going for a Cole structure, goes with bishop d3, bishop b7, knight bd2. Now it's clear that he's going for the Cole, and black goes d5, playing the fianchetto variation. And he immediately goes with knight e5 here. Now this is all opening. I mean, regular Cole players will know this structure. Directly go f4, castling, queen f3. So basically taking control of the e4 square. So in Cole, you don't really need to castle immediately, and that's what Mir Sultan Khan has done perfectly. First takes control of this e4 square, not allowing knight e4 anymore, and the queen's also developed. And in the future, there's g4, queen h3, and well, you'll see it in the game. So black goes knight fd7 here. The reason is if there's knight bd7, I think the problem could be in the future there's g4, g5, and this knight would anyway have to move. So therefore, Madison's played this move knight fd7, and Mir Sultan Khan just continued his attack. Also with knight fd7, there are ideas of queen h4 and g3 and block and stop the attack for the time being. So immediately queen h3 takes control of this square and also attacks the h7 pawn. So black played f5, defending from the checkmate and taking control of the e4 square. So now black can have ideas of knight f6 and knight e4. And white goes knight df3. And black does go knight f6. And then bishop d2 now. White is also planning to probably safeguard the king with long castles. So basically not only is he kept his pieces ready to attack the black king, but one important rule always, one important principle to follow is always develop your pieces before starting an attack, and that's what Mir Sultan Khan is doing. And black plays this move bishop a6 because he realizes that once there's g4 on the board, this bishop will become super strong. So immediately Madison thinks of getting rid of it. So after bishop a6, Mir Sultan Khan does not really bother about it, just goes rook g1 with an idea of g4, of course. So bishop into d3, c into d3, and queen e8. And now, as we discussed earlier, Sultan Khan was thinking of castling long, but now he found a better spare for the king and kept his king right in the center because these pawns act as a fortress, and actually the king's really safe in the center. So the game continued, knight bd7, queen h4 again, just improving the pieces before actually starting the attack officially. So then there's c5, And again, the pawns attack. So just bishop c3, improving the position of the bishop, and that's it. So c into d4, bishop into d4. Now the bishop's also centralized and has an open diagonal if these pieces are off the board. So knight c5, and now he just blasts open with g4, and the game's going to end very, very soon. So here the game continued with bishop into e5, and let's just say there was pawn into play. The point is after knight into rook into with rook g1, and all these very strong pieces, oops, right here, the black king seems to be in big trouble, so this was not played by black. So black played the move bishop into e5, getting rid of the knight, but then the other knight sits in the center, and it's the very same thing. So f into g4, knight into g4, knight into g4, rook into g4, rook into g7 is threatened, so g6 was played, and after rook a g1, Mattison's resigned, and Amir Sultan Khan won this game. The reason is simple, because white has ideas of queen h6, rook g6, or even direct rook g6 actually would lead to mate. So yes, that is an idea. The idea is rook g6, h g6, queen h8, king f7, and queen g7. Let me just make a random move for black. And then there is rook g6, h g6, queen h8, king f7, queen g7, which is a mate. And even if black defends from this, there's just queen h6 and rook g6 is an idea, and then the game is over. Black is simply lost. So I hope you enjoyed this game, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.